Hi guys, all my gems and jewels out there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to make sure I'm in frame. Thank you guys so much for coming back and checking me out. So as you know, regular, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and click the subscription button. If you are subscribed to my channel, make sure you turn on the notification button so you can see so you can get notified basically on when I'm uploading videos. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Today is actually like a chit chat video. I wanted to talk to you guys about what my process was in order for me to, one, retain length, and two, the main thing is grow my hair out on this journey that I've been on. So I've been natural for 4 years. Next year is actually gonna be my 5-year anniversary. I'm gonna be natural for 5 years next year, so I'm really excited about that, and hopefully I can give you guys some tips that you'll need if you're transitioning, or even depending on wherever you're at on your natural hair journey. So today I just kind of wanted to come to you guys today and talk. Why am I keep saying today? Like, guys, I don't know, but we're gonna get it together. So I wanted to talk today about what my process was as far as growing out my natural hair. I want to give you guys a couple of tips that I found to be very beneficial in the process. Now, mind you, these are things that work for me. I'm not saying, or I'm not guaranteeing if you do these things that it will help you or it will work for you, but chances are, like, if you do these things that I'm telling you to do, then, you know, it'll help you along your journey. So let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. In 2012 rather, in 2012, I decided to cut my hair off and go natural. And I'm going to insert some videos somewhere in this frame. I'm going to insert some pictures. And I decided to go natural because, why did I decide to go natural? I wanted to go natural for a long time, but I was in a relationship with a person and I felt that maybe they weren't going to understand that journey, or maybe they wasn't going to be as accepting of me cutting off my hair. If you guys are going through that, or if you're in a relationship with someone and you're fearful of cutting your hair off, and if he's still gonna like me when I don't have any hair, you know, leave the comments below. We can talk about it. But that was really where I was at in 2010. In 2012, I actually gained the courage to cut my hair off. So, you know, it was definitely an experience. I've always had really full, really thick hair. So when I cut my hair off, I had actually cut my hair off. I had actually cut my hair off prior to going natural. So my hair was already short. It was kind of like in a pixie cut, and I waited some months and I grew it out a little bit, and then I finally did the big chop. It was very hard for me to retain the two different hair textures. So it was hard for me to retain that relaxed and that kind of coarse, you know, I'm transitioning texture. So I just decided, hey, I'm gonna cut this thing off and I'm gonna do me, and if he didn't like it, oh well. At that point, that's where I was at, because I was so convinced and I was ready. I was ready for me. I wasn't ready for anyone else to start the journey of going natural. Let me tell you, in the beginning, I was buying all kinds of stuff. I was buying all kinds of product. I already have a very highly addictive personality when it comes to, like, when it comes to products and when it comes to things, because I tend to shop a lot. So, you know, I was buying all kinds of products, all kinds of really expensive products. And then eventually I found some things that worked for my hair. And then I found an actual regimen. I found a process that was good for me. So I wanted to share that particular process with you today. So I'm just going to do a quick length check so you guys can kind of see a little bit as far as how long my hair is right now. So right now I'm wearing a twist out. And so, yeah, it's a little bit past, definitely past bra strap length. So right here, right to the boobage area is where my hair is. If I kind of stretch it, and probably even longer if I straighten it. I rarely straighten my hair. I think I may press my hair out maybe twice a year, if that, and it's really just depending on how I'm feeling. But for the most part, like, I love my curls. I love my curl definition. I love having hair. So I really don't have that much desire to wear my hair in a natural, in a straight state. So for the most part, my hair is always either gonna be out, big, wild, or in some form of protective style. So let's get to the topic of this video, because I've done a lot of rambling. Some of the things that I did, I'm gonna give you guys 5 tips on what I did to grow my hair out from 2012 to now 2017. For me, number one, the first thing that I would highly recommend doing is learning your hair. Learning your hair, not learning the girl's hair who look like it can be your curl pattern, not going to YouTube and looking at a person and say, oh, I think that she has my curl pattern and I'm going to do everything that she does, because that is not necessarily the truth. Let me tell you, you have to learn what works for your hair. I have 4B hair. If you have 4B hair, the products I use may not work for you, and that's okay, but you have to learn her. Learn your mane. Okay, learn what works for her, and that is going to take trial and error. That is going to take sampling and trying different things, but that doesn't mean that you have to buy the most expensive product. Look for things. Leading into my second topic was reading the labels and looking for products that have genuine, substantial ingredients. What does that mean? You're looking for products that actually have real things in there that you can read. So some of the major brands, when I started, there wasn't that many major brands out there. Now there's tons and tons of brands. Shea Moisture was my holy grail. I went to Shea Moisture. That was one of the main products, the first main products that I use when I started. And I still use Shea Moisture. I don't use the entire line because shit, they have like how many different daggone products in their lines? A gazillion. But either which way, I still use that particular line. So finding products that work for your hair and reading the labels and the ingredients to make sure that they have substantial ingredients in there. You don't want things with a lot of silicones. You don't want sulfates, especially when you're first learning your hair, because I believe that you need to find natural ingredients to see how your hair react naturally on its own, without any form of enhancement or without any form of chemicals that's helping it to perform, if that makes sense. So one of the first oils that I used was olive oil, 100% extra virgin olive oil. It works great on my hair now. Olive oil is still in my arsenal, and I flock a lot to coconut oil as well. So finding ingredients that have that are really rich in natural product is my number 2 tip for you. My number 3 tip, and I feel that this is very, very, very crucial. I'm a person that's really into skincare, that's into health, that's into wellness. So having a good, healthy diet, it's so important. If you want glowing skin, eat well. If you want nice hair, eat well. If you want to feel better, eat well. Eat clean. Try to eat things that are very whole foods. Like, anyone that knows me knows that I'm such an advocate on health and wellness and what you put in your body. I, for one, think if you feed the body with things that it needs to excel, things that it needs to be fruitful, things that it needs to rise, to shine, to glow, then you do the same thing with your hair. So what do I mean by that? Your hair follicles, make sure you're oiling your scalp. Make sure you're providing your body with the nourishments and great food that it needs to work for you, to help you, to give you what you need, to give you that shine, that glow that you need. I feel like if you eat well, that would definitely benefit you. I've never tried any hair vitamins other than biotin, and biotin was something that I was taking from the beginning, from the start, before I was even natural. It was part of my my multivitamin that I was taking for a really, really long time. Now, when I became natural, the only thing that I did do was I bought biotin in its purest form. So I bought biotin not in a multivitamin. It was just separate, just, you know, just plain biotin. And I think that helps as well. But being healthy, nourishing your body with things that it needs, I think is very, very important. The fourth thing is do not over manipulate your hair. So what do I mean? When you go natural, you know, you want to try all these funky styles. You see all these YouTubers, you see all these people on Instagram. You see people out and about, and you're learning, you're going through a process. So you think like, oh, well, I can try a fro hawk, and I can do this, I can do a twist out one day, I can do this, I can do that. And you can. However, once you get beyond that, and once you get past that, you want to try to not over manipulate your hair. A lot of times what things that I did was very, very simple. I never cared for the band, you know, the band look, the band with the puff, because I was just never into that look. So a lot of things that I would do would be like, you know, side twists, kind of like I have my hair now, but of course I didn't have as much hair, so I would twist my hair to the side, and then I would just let it be out, just so I can have, and I'll insert a clip or a photo just so I can have a bit a little funkiness, but not too much. I didn't over manipulate my hair. I kept things very, very simple. I didn't do much wash and go in the beginning because I felt like my hair wasn't ready for that, and I felt like I hadn't mastered what works on my hair for wash and goes. So I didn't do a lot of wash and goes. I think that was very beneficial for me. I kept my hair. I did a lot of twists, 2-strand twists, braid out, things like that. But I really didn't do much. I didn't do a lot. And I kept it very, very simple. The last and final thing that I'm going to tell you guys is that you have to try to keep your hair in protective styles. The less you bother your hair while it's trying to grow, while it's in its natural state, trying to flourish, right? The better it's going to be for you. So a lot of times I wore braids. I wore a Senegalese twist when that was big. Also Marley twist, that's something big now. So I wore a lot of protective styles, and protective style does not have to be things that you have to add, you know, weave or hair to. You can do, you know, you can do an updo and do that updo and leave it in for like 2 weeks or leave it in for a week. You just want to try not to continuously have your hands in your hair, at least in the beginning stages, because like I said, you're learning your hair, you're learning what it likes, you're learning about co-washing. Is co-washing good for you? The main overall thing that I would say is love your hair, love the journey, because it is a journey. I will tell you guys, and this is the honest to God truth, like sometimes I miss my hair being short. You know, I miss just that get up and go, I miss that. And I miss actually enjoying the journey, because now everyone has a point where they feel like, okay, I've gotten to this particular length, whether it's bra strap length, waist length, whatever length that you're desiring. And then you tend to miss the beginning stages. You know, you tend to miss the earlier days when you were going through it and you were learning. It was fun. For me, it was fun. So hopefully it'll be fun for you. Overall, I just want to encourage you, like, love yourself and love your hair. You've done something very bold. I know it's trendy right now and everybody's kind of going natural, but you've done something that took me 2 years to build up the courage to do. So if you are that person that's transitioning, if you are that person who just recently, you know, did the big chop and you're trying to figure out like, what am I going to do? Don't rush for the growth. Don't rush for the end process. Don't rush for the end goal, rather. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the journey. There's something special in that journey. Enjoy it. Love yourself and love the process that you're going through. I'm here to encourage you guys. Hey, it took me 4 years to truly, not really 4 years, but it took me a while to truly like say, hey, I really like my hair, because I didn't know I didn't know my hair. But not only did I learn my hair, I learned myself. I learned my worth. So hair is big to women, like, isn't it? Hair is a big thing to women. So, you know, you guys leave me comments and tell me where you're at on your journey. Let's talk about it. I think it's a great thing. Regardless if you're 1 year natural, 1 day natural, it's a process, it's a journey, and it's one that's gonna be memorable for me. I know, looking back now, looking at old pictures, I'm like, wow, like I've come a long way. So I hope these tips was beneficial for you. I hope it helped, and until next time.